High School Sports Live TV, in partnership with ABC 27 News, is proud to present the Harrisburg Cougars against the Carlisle Thundering Herd. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me, Charlie Fortney and Todd McCall. We're here at the Evangeline Kimber Gymnasium at Harrisburg High School tonight for a big matchup in the Commonwealth Division of the Mid-Penn. And we start with Carlisle tonight, visiting here against Harrisburg this evening. For Carlisle, a team that's playing their 7th game in 12 days, a team that's probably a little tired. They're on the road. Just came off a big win over Lower Marion, but they're a team that's playing really great basketball, and they're tied for first right now with State College at 8-2. Talk about this team tonight. You really got to start with Deshaun Millington.
Well, I'm going to start right off with Deshaun Millington. He knows what's on stake. First place tie. They beat Harrisburg. Hey, they are battle-tested. This young man's battle-tested. Tonight, I believe he's got to come in. He's got to be up in the upper 20s. It's one of those old Carlisle-Harrisburg games where a guy stands out. People talk about it years to come. I think Millington's the man tonight. Here's the other thing I want to talk about. Millington knows his team needs to get to 70 to win this game. First team to 70 wins this game. I'm going to say it. I think Charlie Fortney will even say it. 70-plus is the way to win tonight's ball game.
Well, both teams, strangely enough, average 69 a game and give up 55 a game. So it's a mirror image tonight as you look at this. But you talk about this team. I know Andre Anderson said after the win over Lower Marion this past weekend, Lower Marion had won 6 in a row, and they were playing in the Kobe Bryant Classic. He said it's the first time his team's come together in a long time. The Barnes twins, you can name 3 of them out there, and Ethan Houston really are a reason for that as well as Millington.
Well, Ethan Houston, this is a tough shooting gym, but he's been stepping out. Tonight, I believe he's going to have to step out and consistently. If he comes in with 2-3 threes behind that line, he's also a great player around 12, 15-foot range. That's the range that Charlie Fortney and I talk about the teams forget. I think he must step out and make himself a target tonight. You know, score, put the ball in the hoop. The Barnes twins have to come to play, but more importantly, I'm sure that you go down the bench a little bit. At 8 and 9 makes a difference in this game tonight because they're going to be getting up and down, so a lot of guys got to play.
For Harrisburg, they come in here at 12-4, Charlie. They're 7-3 in the Commonwealth. They're 1 game back of State College and also this Carlisle team they're playing tonight. They want to get back in the mix with only 3 league games to go. It starts with Chris Whitaker, but there's a whole lot of parts here with Harrisburg they continue to replace every year. The style stays the same.
It's important to know that this Harrisburg team is supported by some tremendous athletes. Barber, Parsons. They had a long state championship run, and their basketball season didn't start till the end of December. So Parsons is getting it going, scoring more, getting his flow. That's happening for the Harrisburg High Cougars. That's a reason for the late start. But Whitaker is the most complete basketball player in South Central Pennsylvania. He played the best defense I've seen the last 2 years, and he added offense to his game. When you combine that with coming in and playing here at Harrisburg, Coach Smallwood's staff, they always know how to make it tough on the opponent. It's a tall order for anybody walking in this gym. I think Carlisle's up to it. It's a toss-up, in my opinion, tonight.
They've only lost 1 game at home here so far this season, that to Chester early in the season by 13. They are tough to beat here in Evangeline Kimber Gymnasium. And when you talk about this team, you talk about getting points off turnovers and getting on the offensive glass. They do it as well as anyone, Charlie.
They've always played instinctive basketball. Coach Smallwood doesn't roll out a ball. He throws it up on the board and says, who wants it first? That's how they coach around here. But ultimately, Coach Smallwood knows how to look his team in the eye and say, this is our house. So tonight, we're at Harrisburg High School, and let's see what happens.
It's a big battle here tonight, the Commonwealth Division. Harrisburg, Carlisle, what more need be said? We'll come back with the big game right after this on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait. Look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
One of the key moves I teach young players is the drop step. It's important to establish position first with both feet in the neutral position. Align players to choose either pivot foot, depending on the defense's position. Once you secure the ball, using a power dribble, drop step toward the basket with two hands to seal the defender. This will help a young player finish with great balance. The drop step is just one move a young player will learn in my post class.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. We're getting ready for Carlisle and Harrisburg tonight, a big battle for a chance to have a three-way tie in the Commonwealth Division. But first up tonight, we want to talk to a very special guest. And if you know anything about basketball here in Pennsylvania or maybe anywhere around the three-state area here, this guy's a guy that you probably heard from, seen, and he's here with us tonight. Mike Starling, just simply known as Star sometimes, right?
Call me Big Star.
Big Star. And he's out here tonight alongside with us and helping to take our game out tonight to a lot of other people. Talk about what you do, Star.
Well, you know, Raw Sports is the movement. RawSports.tv, where it all goes down at. It's simple. The easiest way to put it is I'm a sports fanatic. I'm a sports nut. So Raw Sports is just my way to give back and to contribute to a culture, a sports culture that I love. I produce sports documentaries, promote athletes, current athletes. I have, for all the old school hoop fans and sports fans, I have a section on the website because I'm like the Fred Sanford of sports archives. I collect tons of old games.
So games that I played in, right?
It's a section on my website called The Lost Tapes where you can see classic high school games from the 80s, 70s, from the 90s, Kobe Bryant high school game, Allen Iverson high school game, classic stuff like that. Produce highlight reels. I have a mini documentary series. My first full-length basketball documentary, I'm doing a film on Wilt Chamberlain.
Wow.
The Wilt story. Coach Mosenson, who coached him at Overbrook High School, is a good friend of mine, Coach Mo. Linked up with Coach Mo, did the interview. It got a lot of fun stuff going on, man.
And, of course, everybody here in this area was at the Hershey game at Hershey Arena when he scored 100 points, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like everybody come over to the Mayflower. Everybody came right there at that big game.
Yes, and Coach Mo told me some amazing stories about that night and some other things, man. And I also I produce music, Raw Sports music. I produce sports anthems and really clean, positive music for athletes to listen to.
And some of your music, you told me, has been caught on by some national-type media.
100%.
Talk about that group.
Last year, ESPN shot me. I mean, it's really surreal. It's unreal. But I'm a man of God, if I could just say.
Yes.
I will not limit God. He does amazing things in my life, and on a daily basis, just us linking up here right now is a blessing. Saturday afternoon, I get an email. The title is ESPN, and a guy's like, "Hey, we heard some of your music. We have during like commercials or whatever, they're playing music from independent artists and stuff like that. Say we heard some of your stuff. Want to see if you can send us everything that you have. So it's no guarantees, but we're listening and we're paying attention.
We want to get people in the right place tonight, as well as being here on High School Sports Live. So where can people check you out throughout the evening tonight?
Right now, RawSports.tv is where it's going down at. Right on the main page, you'll see it's featured. High School Sports Live, Raw Sports collaboration, Harrisburg High versus Carlisle is going down. You click the link, it'll take you to another page. You click the screen, and you can watch it live right there on your couch, on your cell phone, on computer. It's going down, man.
And you always find your way to the big game, right? Wherever the big game's happening, you're there.
Listen, just like I told you.
He's the big game guy.
I have the ultimate cheat code. It's God. He places me at the right place at the right time. And this camera, like, I've been capturing amazing footage. Shout out to Lonnie Walker down at Reading High. McDonald's All-American. He's doing his thing. Whether it's a game that I travel far or a local game, I'm always at the right place at the right time. It goes down.
Good being with you tonight, Star. Great having you at the table, and we're looking forward to talking to you more at halftime tonight,
100%.
too. Hey, thanks so much. Mike Starling, Big Star, Raw TV right here tonight. Raw Sports TV right here. And we're going to get ready for this one right after this. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait, look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Archie Smith. Fasten your seatbelt.
To become a top defensive player, you need proper lateral technique. The cone-to-cone lateral slide drill will help a player practice getting quicker. It's important to keep the feet wide while the player is in a sit-down position with the back upright. When sliding back and forth, avoid crossing the feet or bringing feet together. Big focus on short, choppier steps. The lateral cone drill is just one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Very special presentation right now. You see Kirk Smallwood in the middle of the floor with Chris Whitaker of Harrisburg High. He has been nominated for the McDonald's High School All-American game. Thank you. And so Chris gets his award. There's his mother. His father just came out there and hands the award over to her for now. And we are getting ready for the starting lineups here at Evangeline Kimber Gymnasium. And we're getting ready to start this one here in a moment. Our officials for tonight will be Brad Yinks, Joe Spangler, and Bruce Rudy. But first up, we get the starting lineups here tonight for Carlisle. They come in here 8-2 in the Commonwealth Division, 11-5 overall.
Bruce Rudy and Joe Spangler.
Joe Spangler, by the way, his father was a great official down in the York area for a long, long time. The dean of officials down there. I want to give a shout out to him. He did a great job for many, many years. This is his son up here officiating tonight for the Mid-Penn.
We're in for a big one here tonight, guys. Ben Milligan's a tough little player. We saw him in the game against Chambersburg. He got hurt early in that game, and he had to go out.
Milligan getting 4 points tonight. And then you have Gavin Barnes at 14 points a game. And then this guy, Deshaun Millington, getting 20 points a night right now. He is hot. The big guy for them is Ethan Houston, but he can go outside and shoot the three for you. He's averaging 12 a game. And, of course, Nicky, call him Kai Barnes, 7 points a game, wearing number 5. For the Cougars on the other side, they are at 12-4, 7-3 in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. They are in second place right now. Actually, the third team back at 7-3. Quentin Flemister coming out. He is averaging 10 points a game here for the Cougars. Elijah Barrett getting 5 points a night for the Cougars. And again, you look at these guys, they can explode at any time. Tony James, 8 points a night here for Harrisburg High, wearing number 11. Micah Parsons has been having some super games lately. He's wearing number 23 tonight. He averages 7 a game. And then the guy who just got nominated for the McDonald's All-American game, Chris Whitaker, getting 19 points tonight. He wears number 3. This is going to be an outstanding matchup here tonight, Charlie. And of course, Tom McCall running around the outside of the gym here now. We'll take a break. We'll come right back and get this one underway. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulders is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
It's better at Brenner.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com.
It's better at Brenner.
Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
I'm there.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, Evangeline Kimber Gymnasium, and it's Carlisle and Harrisburg about to get it underway here. Our Pizza Hut home team starting lineup. And first of all, our Connections Academy away starting lineup. And there you see Millington getting 15 points a game. Watch out tonight, though, for the Barnes family. They can get it done, and also Ethan Houston. On the other side, the Pizza Hut home team starting lineups. Well, Whitaker averaging 19 points a game, but watch out also for Parsons, who's been hot lately, and Flemister can get it going in a hurry. And we are underway. Harrisburg controls the basketball and very quickly gets it to the other end, and a block by Houston under the basket. Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall with us here tonight. Charlie, a good way to start right there and send a message if you're Carlisle.
Yeah, that's going to wear on Houston throughout the game because Micah Parsons is going to keep coming, and he needs to keep coming at him. But a good start for Houston and Carlisle to send a message to Harrisburg.
Little 3-2 zone coming out of the gate here for Carlisle. Carlisle won the first game between the two here back on December 21st, 74-63 over Harrisburg. There's Whitaker downtown and buries it. Harrisburg does not make a lot of threes, only 47 on the season so far.
It was a good established play for Harrisburg to send a message to Carlisle to come out of that zone.
Carlisle with the ball underneath against the 2-3 zone. Trying to answer on the other end. Kai Barnes not going to go. Harrisburg underneath, knocked away for a moment, recovered by Harrisburg. Man-to-man this time down the floor. A dump underneath and a turnover. And off and running is Millington. Millington with a dump off. Not going to go. And a foul underneath, and it's going to be against, it looks like Kai Barnes. Let's check in with Todd McCall for the first time tonight. Todd, what's going on?
Well, I was a little surprised at the 3-2 with the absolute good ability for Harrisburg to shoot here. They really take it of it at home. But we'll see. I'm interested to see if Carlisle stay 3-2 the whole game.
Actually,
look here.
Foul's going to be called to Elijah Barrett there.
And Harrisburg playing his zone.
Yep, Harrisburg come out in kind of a 2-3 type matchup. There's Millington flying through the air with the greatest of ease and up for his first two tonight.
Well, that left hand was impressive. Harrisburg trying to go through Parsons early on to establish a presence around the basket.
Good in-out basketball that time, and a long look. Will not go. Rebound comes back out to Harrisburg. They usually can beat you on the offensive glass. Whitaker up. That's not going to go. Whitaker fouls his own shot. Underneath. Back up he goes. Did he draw the foul? No. Harrisburg stays with the offensive glass, but Carlisle fights him off and gets the rebound.
The physicality under the basket is tremendous in the beginning of the game. The guys are going at it.
Well, in the Commonwealth Division, you're going to get a lot of banging. There's a long look, far corner. Milligan buries it. Waited to see that get rung up on the clock here the correct way.
Yeah, there you go.
5-3. Underneath, good play. Putting it away for Harrisburg is Elijah Barrett for 2. And stolen back by Harrisburg. Hard move to the basket. What a move underneath there by Tony James. Check that, make that Quentin Flemister in for 2. And that's what Harrisburg does. They come right at you, get the trap, but here they're going to get the foul instead. Foul will be against Elijah Barrett, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's a second on Barrett right out of the gate.
Well, Harrisburg doesn't suffer. They come. Damian Barber follows up that lineup, and boy, that's a luxury to have Barber coming off the bench.
Both teams come out of here in zones. Harrisburg in a 2-3, of course. Carlisle in a 3-2, and then they're coming back on the misses with a man-to-man. So they've switched it up a little bit so far. Houston kicks. Stolen away again. Flemister, quick hands. Flemister goes hard to the basket, draws the foul against Ben Milligan. And Todd McCall, that is how quick Harrisburg is. They get it, and they're off and running. And when you come out of that 2-3 zone, it really lends itself to having a good fast break.
It does. And you know what? Here's what you got to look at. Carlisle makes a pass from the deep corner to the top of the key or to the elbow extended. That's the most dangerous pass in a 2-3 zone. If that's going to happen, that's going to set up fast break skills for Cougars all night.
One of the Achilles' heels for the Cougars all year has been free throw shooting. And Flemister, for the season, 76%. He's one of the better shooters here on Harrisburg. Let's see the second one go up and down. So Flemister with 3 in the game so far. 8-5. Harrisburg leads here in the opening few minutes. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1-2-1-1 press coming back. Milligan again, long look, not going to go. Houston bats it around, and they're going to say it's going to stay with Carlisle.
Yeah, you know what? It's just a battle of who can get in the best groove and style right now. Right now, Carlisle, I would say, is winning that battle right now. They have a flow right now on offense. They just seem to know what they want to do out there.
But look at the move by Houston inside. The big guy showing you a left hand as he hooks it in over Harrisburg in a 1-point lead. Underneath, Brown. Make that James, puts it up, not going to go. Carlisle on the run. Here comes Millington. Millington stop. Pulls back out. Winner look. Way back. Not going to go. Taken down by Harrisburg as it's dragged down by Michael Parsons.
See Kevin Houston very active, getting tips. Caused a turnover earlier by Parsons. He's just very active early. He was in the game against Chambersburg we had live on TV.
Little turnabout fair play here as Carlisle comes back with a 1-2-1-1. The hard drive to the basket, and we've got a foul. Hey, Raw Sports TV is a sports movement that promotes athletes, produces sports documentaries, highlight reels, original sports music, features full classic high school hoop games from the 80s and 90s. That's the 1980s and 90s, Charlie. And much more. RawSports.tv, changing how you view the sports culture. First shot is up and no good. And in for Carlisle is Nate Barnes, his first appearance tonight.
That was a great interview with Big Star, Mike Sterling. Call him Big Star for the game.
Second shot up and good by Whitaker. He missed the first, got the second one, so a 10-7. Made both 10-7 lead now. Millington, long bomb, will not go. Yanked down by Flemister. Flemister has one out there. Tipped a little bit by Milligan there on the three-point shot, and we got a foul underneath. The foul called against Kai Barnes. It'll be his first, team third for Carlisle. 3:41 to go in the first quarter. You're watching it all on High School Sports Live TV. Here's a look. Will not go off the hands of Zion Patterson into the game and then put back up nicely. Good job by Parsons fighting for position. The big guy got it done.
And here's the emergence of Micah Parsons, coming on with 20 points in a couple games towards the end, learning to rebound, squaring his shoulders. It's a man inside is what it is, Gary, and that's a difference. That's an addition that I don't know that Smallwood knew he was going to have this year, and now, all of a sudden, here he is.
And he made they be that much more important here in the first quarter as Houston has to leave the game with 2 fouls. So Parsons won't finish the three-point play.
I don't think Calvin Everett knew he was going to have Parsons either this year.
That Harrisburg Cougar team going to the state championship. Man, oh man, what a great thing for the community.
Here's a long look from Carlisle. Will not go. No three so far. And taken away again by Parsons. He's been big here in the early going. And with Houston out of there, he could be even bigger.
Like I said earlier, it seems like Carlisle has more of a flow, but this is how Harrisburg does it. If they're up 12-7 and they're just grinding it out, guys, early on, and they're up by 5.
2-3 look now from Carlisle. A little change in the defense. You know, you look at the Carlisle team, very long, lanky guys, big wingspans. It makes that zone fairly effective.
Well, you know what I see that they are effective, but Harrisburg's doing a great job with ball movement and patience and keys during the 2-3 zone.
Look at it back in the hands of Flemister.
3-2, excuse me about that, Ready?
Underneath it goes. There you have Parsons going up. It's rejected away. Yanked back out by Tony James. Pull up baseline. Buried. Nice job by Chris Whitaker. Baseline shows you how good he is at creating a shot. He's got 7.
Whitaker has a physical presence on the court for a 6'2", 6'3" guard.
When Milligan is shooting it early and often tonight, he's got 2 threes, and this one 6 points. He pulls them back within 4. The Thundering Herd answers.
Milligan brings a spark to this team.
Parsons rejected there. Good job by Joe Mastrangelo, who's in there for Houston. Long kick down the other end will be tipped out by Harrisburg.
They thought it went off Milligan's head there. I don't know if they have a replay, but Harrisburg got it. Carlisle got it back.
Harrisburg brings another big on the floor here. Damian Barber in there at 6'5". So with Barber and Parsons in there, you got 2 big guys banging inside. And Millington walks with that one. So 14-10, 1:40 to go here in the first quarter.
There's a good shot at Millington. He's an extra 3 inches taller with his new hairdo, Deshaun Millington.
3 turnovers so far for Carlisle in this one.
I don't mind picking on Deshaun a little bit. Many drives in the car taking that kid to and from practice.
Tony James right there in the middle. What a move underneath. Not going to go. Mastrangelo keeps it alive. Here comes Millington. 3-2 on the break. Millington finds a way to get through and lifts it up and over. Millington in for 2. He's got 4 here in the first quarter. Has pulled Carlisle back within 2. 1:10 to go in the first quarter.
Gary, if he has numbers in transition, Deshaun Millington's the best in high school basketball right now at slithering through and finding. He has the jumping ability to get over any defender.
And how easy does he make it look, Charlie?
Whitaker made a great move there. Barber gets it, but he's going to walk. Shuffled his feet underneath, and so 53.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And checking in is Nigel Newsom for Carlisle, his first appearance tonight. So 1-2-2 trap here, about 3/4 court. Over top it comes to Millington again. Kicks a corner, has his man open down there. Long look, not going to go. Yanked down underneath by Barnes, and Barnes puts it back in. Nate Barnes got the offensive rebound, put it back. and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play and give Carlisle a lead.
I'll tell you what, Carlisle should start a law firm. Barnes, and Barnes between Gavin, Kai, and Nate. 3 Barnes in the same top 7, top 8.
How about Barnes, Milligan, Houston, and
Hamilton.
There you go.
There you go. That's a law firm. Well, they're representing themselves well here tonight, I'll tell you.
They're all cousins. So Dave Barnes misses, so we have a tie. 30 seconds to go here. Harrisburg with the basketball. They're going to go for one shot.
You know, guys, I have a pet peeve with these two teams. You know, the athletes on the floor standing in a zone. I want to see these guys get up and down in a full court man situation. I've never been a fan of the zone defense. I'll say it out loud. I have a lot of respect for these coaches. They're doing what they need to do. But, man, you got some athletes on the floor saving their energy. I want to see them get it out.
And that's the end of the first quarter. 14-14. Now a special look at the Central PA Food and Bank and proud supporter from Giant Foods.
I'm here with Joe Arthur, the executive director of the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank. Joe, you guys are doing a great work in the community. A lot of people don't know the big need that South Central Pennsylvania has and the need that you're meeting. Let's first talk about that need.
Sure, and most people would be surprised at this, but we have about 65,000 people every single week that depend on the food bank and our network.
When you talk about the Central PA Food Bank, you think of canned goods, you think of non-perishables. I see more than just canned goods here. Talk about the fresh produce. Talk about how much you guys have expanded to meet this need.
Well, what we're doing here is, as you said, fresh produce. We're also doing fresh dairy, including fresh milk. We also have big freezers, so we're doing frozen meats, frozen veggies, great food, and that's part of our healthy food hub approach. But please keep bringing the non-perishables. We need that too.
Now, there's people at home watching. They may have a relative who's in need. And some people don't know how to get to this kind of help.
The best thing to do is to call us or go to our website, centralpafoodbank.org, and then we also have our phone number right on that website. What we do is link folks up with the nearest pantry in their community. And you can also these days call 211 and ask for food assistance. They'll actually refer right to us.
14-14 as we start the second quarter here at Harrisburg. Carlisle and Harrisburg hooking it up. Todd McCall, Charlie Fortney, Gary Sutton with you here courtside tonight in our Hole and Vicar crew with Chad Edwards and company. Little shuffling of the feet that time, not going to work as Nigel Newsom got caught with some happy feet. First quarter, 4 of 11 for Harrisburg, 4 of 6 for Carlisle. 3-point attempts, 2 out of 7 for Carlisle, 1 of 4 for Harrisburg. Free throw attempts, Harrisburg going to the line more, 3 out of 5 thus far. Turnovers in the first quarter, 3-2, and it's at close to the score thus far here at Harrisburg High School. Largest lead for Harrisburg thus far has been a 5-point lead at 12-7.
You see why Newsom's in the game. He's a bug out there on defense.
Well, the zone confusing Harrisburg a little bit now, but Parsons finally inside, and Parsons scores. Nice patience by Harrisburg, and they find Parsons down on the block. He's got 4 points in the game and a chance for more here at the foul line.
And you know what, guys? Really, in the beginning of the season, he might not even have been talked about. But look at the physical move he makes just because it's a weight room and the strength. You cannot emphasize enough to kids watching, kids in the stands. The weight room makes a difference at the next level.
With Houston out of there, too, he's going to try to make some hay inside. They really worked hard to get him the ball. Parsons, a 55% free throw shooter, knocks it down here. Michael Parsons, 5 points in this one so far.
Now, Charlie, you had mentioned zones, and you know, it comes to look like both teams really feel like this is the effective way to win this game tonight. But this press is Harrisburg's way of picking up the tempo a little bit.
What Harrisburg does, too, they give you different attack points. This one's at the three-quarter mark. They'll change it up on you constantly, so that's not the hard press yet. Running one-hander, good from Gavin Barnes right down the lane, his first deuce of the night. Barnes averages 14 a game.
Carlisle doing a good job of holding serve until Houston gets back in the game.
Again, Harrisburg showing you some great patience here against the zone right now.
Going with Barber and Parsons, Smallwood's strategy is to try to outpower Carlisle inside around the basket.
What they're doing is putting them both down along the baseline. Instead of flashing someone to the high middle, they're keeping them both down there and then just getting them down low and letting them go one-on-one and really taking advantage of the 2-on-1 size against Mastrangelo.
And guys, I believe it's a recipe for victory. This is a great lineup change. Physically, I do not believe Carlisle can match up with the strength of Barber and Parsons. If they can make free throws, though, Gary.
At the line is Barber, and he misses his first.
Yeah, we may see a hack-a-shack here tonight if they don't start making foul shots.
Barber, only a 43% free throw shooter on the season, gets a second chance coming up here. Barber's second shot is up. Not going to go either. Harrisburg 4 out of 8 from the line so far. So back in that 2-3 zone again. They'll flash Barr to the high post and use him as the middle of the wheel. One man behind the zone at the baseline. Long look again. Will not go from Milligan this time, but rebound for Carlisle. Good block there by Parsons against Ty Barnes. So back they come. Harrisburg trying to answer with a big three. Won't do it. Here's Whitaker sliding through, but a foul is going to be called.
Barnes, and Barnes. All three Barnes are on the floor. Nate, Gavin, and Kai. Milligan and Millington, ladies and gentlemen. What a lineup here for the Carlisle Thundering Herd.
Zion Patterson picks up his first foul. It'll be the team fourth against Harrisburg. This time they pick up again. Get lucky with that three-quarter court 1-2-1-1. Not able to really penetrate. Again, with Houston out of there, they're not getting anything to the baseline so far, Todd.
Absolutely not.
There's a steal again by Flemister. Flemister, such quick hands, and Flemister in for the easy deuce. He converts. Flemister with 5 points in the game and a 3-point lead for the Cougars.
Yeah, unnecessary unforced turnover there by Carlisle.
Now looking to extend the zone again. Every time you come down, there's a different attack point they're coming from. They pick you up at different places. Milligan, long one, big one. Milligan buries a three. He's got 7 in this one.
Yeah, that was a nice assist by Milligan to Millington. Just passing that shot up to give his teammate a chance.
That's a 97-3 this year for his team.
Hey, keep in mind, too, guys, we talked about those guys that maybe didn't get mentioned in pregame having to step up. Millington tonight is the reason and only reason, I believe, Carlisle is tied in this ballgame.
Stolen away by Nate Barnes. On the other end, trying to convert, and does. In is Gavin Barnes for 2 and a chance to make it 3 coming up right here.
There's a momentum shift here.
I think the law firm heard me a little bit, guys.
Gavin Barnes found a way.
Gary, you feel the momentum kind of shifting toward Carlisle?
Right now it is. They're up by 2. Carlisle's 5 losses this year. They've lost 4 on the road. So they're looking to, of course, coming off a big win on the road. We said 7 games in 12 days as Barnes completes the 3-point play and a 3-point lead. We're going to take one as well. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
A cyber school is a form of virtual learning. The amazing part of CCA is the ability to be able to choose my own courses, and the teachers are really there to help me when I need it. It has made school more fun and more interesting. It's more of a learn at your own pace school. I'm somebody who takes a bit more time than most people, and I think being able to have that bit more time has really helped my grades. Like, I'm an honor student now. It's never happened before.
Welcome back. Fans, Team Pennsylvania and Craig Peters have teamed up to create a tremendous opportunity for high school boys basketball players to compete on the Showcase AAU circuit. Tryouts will be held on March 4th. Go to www.advancedhoops.com for more information or give a call to 717-657-2620. 22-19, Carlisle has turned the tables here in the second quarter with 4:38 to go. And Harrisburg on the basketball and trying to answer right now as this Carlisle team has surged in the last 2 minutes. Todd McCall, you're down on the sideline. What's going on there?
You said a lot of the things we talked about. The pace of the game tonight is a big surprise for me. And when you see two teams playing zone, it's what you see. Charlie, I'm kind of with you. Who's going to look at the second half to get up and down here?
So far, both teams content to turn this one into a grinder thus far. And that's exactly what we're seeing in Harrisburg, getting their steals, and that's where they're kind of getting out of the gate. But Carlisle coming back and answering with some pretty good transition of their own, Charlie.
I would liken it to two boxers who just come out, not going after each other, just kind of testing the waters.
There's the two bigs in there. Great high-low from Barber down to Parsons again. So the two bigs in there making a big difference as Parsons now with 7 points here in the first half.
And to finish my point, the right thing to do might be to stay away from each other. But, man, the fans want to see you slug it out, They want to see you get after it.
Here's the drive by Carlisle to the basket. 22-21 Carlisle leads, and Millington made a big move. So the foul will be against Damian Barber. It'll be his first. It'll be the team 6. 16 fouls either way. Millington goes to the line. Millington on the season, a 64% free throw shooter, but knocks this one down. 8 points in the game now for Millington. He averages 20 a game. Deshaun Millington's second one up. This one's going to go off the front of the iron and yanked down by Parsons. Still in that 2-3 type zone right now. Gets to Whitaker on the baseline. He'll swing it back out and reset. How about Parsons feeling it right now? Parsons goes in hard, and Parsons takes it to the rack with a good hard dribble. Parsons has 7 points this quarter alone, 9 for the game.
Well, and he's more than just a football player trying to play basketball. He's a basketball player out there. He knows how to play the game.
Oh, Millington made a good move, he thought, but shuffled his feet, and the official caught him on the turnover.
We say it all the time. A Division I athlete in any sport you put him at makes a difference. He or she. We've seen it so many times on High School Sports Live.
Todd, you said something interesting a moment ago. You said this is not the game maybe people expected. There's kind of an anticipation in the crowd right now. You just kind of feel it. It's not the full-throated voice yet. Everybody's kind of saying, this isn't the way they're going to play all night, is it? How big guy goes in again and again. This time it's going to be the other big guy. It's Barber converting for 2.
Again, Ethan Houston is not on the court right now. And Carlisle's holding serve, so he doesn't get that third foul.
9 of the 11 points this quarter have been scored by by Barber and also Parsons. So it tells you they've gone to work on the inside with Houston out of there.
Ooh, that looked like a jump ball tie-up there. Maybe a little quick whistle on that. Gavin Barnes kind of feels that way.
Watch Gavin Barnes here, what he does. Right here behind. There he reached in right away. And when you put those arms out, the official's going to call it every time as we stroll back to the other end. And at the line for 2, make that a 1-on-1 will be Zion Patterson. Patterson for the season, a 43% free throw shooter. That's a big number tonight. 59% as a team for Harrisburg as Patterson beats the numbers here. And 67% for Carlisle as a team. So as we look down the stretch later, those may be some big numbers that we can check in on. Didn't beat him both times, though. 1 point in the game now for Patterson. Here comes Carlisle. 3-point lead for Harrisburg. Millington down the middle. Millington up. Good.
Nobody does that better than Deshaun Millington. He's a national elite triple jumper, and you saw him triple jump in for that shot right there.
He just paused and lingered in the middle of the air that time. 9 points for Millington here in the first half, down by 1. 2:12 to go to halftime. Don't forget, we got a High Mike halftime report coming up. Center for Independent Living Stats. We got a special presentation with Todd McCall and Team PA Supernatural Showcase Boys Basketball and Raw Sports interview. Man, it's going to be a jam-packed halftime, so stick around and don't miss it. So the foul called again. Now we'll walk to the other end, and Carlisle will shoot the 1-on-1. Foul is the second against Zion Patterson. So 7 either way. And this is not the guy you'd normally want at the line. 1 out of 2 so far is Millington looking for point number 10 on this one. Millington up and good. Todd, you watch this guy play. He's just got great eyes. They always say the better your eyes, the smaller the court becomes. I think Deshaun Millington is one of those kind of guys.
Well, and not to mention the quickness on his feet, the ability to jump, smooth around the glass. Charlie's right. No one does it better than Deshaun Millington.
We'll take a break. 2 minutes to go here in the first half on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Gerald Jarman, former Division I point guard from the University of Richmond.
The figure 8 cone dribbling drill is a great drill to teach players how to cross over right and left as they go around the cones in a figure 8 pattern. This also teaches a player to hook the ball right and left as they go around the cone. These skills in a game speed motion will help a player develop control and speed in the open court. The most effective way to execute this drill is to time them in 30-second intervals so they push themselves at a fast pace. This is a key drill I teach my players in my crossover intensity class.
RawSports.tv is a sports movement that promotes athletes, produces sports documentaries, highlight reels, original sports music, features full classic high school hoop games from the 80s and 90s, and much more. RawSports.tv, changing how you view sports culture. Welcome back to Evangeline Kimball Gymnasium here at Harrisburg High School, where it is 27-26 right now. Carlisle leads in what has been a back-and-forth first half here at the Gymnasium, and a big game tonight. Harrisburg at 7-3 in the Commonwealth. Carlisle at 8-2. Both teams needing this victory tonight with only 3 league games left in the season. Let's go down to Todd McCall. He was over in the huddle during the break.
Well, gentlemen, I was just listening in on the Harrisburg Cougars just to talk, and really they just want to continue to have effective movement against the zone and basic stuff talked about, like you've got to get on the board, stay on the boards, hand in everybody's faces. Fundamental things that's been the principles of the defense of the Harrisburg Cougars for years.
So far this quarter, 9 points out of their forwards attacking that zone, and both forwards living down on the baseline, kind of just behind the zone. Parsons and Barber. It was interesting with Houston out of there. Coach Kurt Smallwood said, I'm going inside to my big guys, and there's Barber again up, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, he's a man playing with boys in every sport he plays in, football, basketball, but put basketball skill, put a basketball mind inside of Micah Parsons' body, and there you go. It's hard to stop.
Here is Parsons. Nice stroke from Parsons that time, up and good. Having a whale of a second quarter, 8 points. He's got 10 in the game. He averages 7 for the season, but that's a little misleading.
He's going to enjoy intramural basketball at Penn State, I'll tell you that.
Julius Gibson with the foul called, number 25. He's in there. And second one up by Barber. Another good look.
That was the best looking shot of the night from the foul line, guys.
I said Barber, forgive me. I meant Parsons. So here now, the half court 1-2-1-1 trap. Here it is. Not going to go off the three. Parsons with the rebound. Parsons just the chairman of the board so far inside. Whitaker gets jammed. Whitaker up. Whitaker good. What a move by Whitaker. A little 360 move. Todd, was that as good looking on the baseline as it was from here?
It was poetry in motion, gentlemen.
And what you feel right here at the moment, Charlie, is the Harrisburg speed picking up just a little bit. They've got a 3-point lead. They draw the foul here, but they're attacking at different points on the court every time down in their defense.
Yeah, and Carlisle's relying on the good old-fashioned jump shot, and if it doesn't go in, they're not having the success. And Harrisburg's doing it the hard, not the hard way, powering it and getting the easy baskets, using their strength at this point.
Back in is Kai Barnes, and he will replace Julius Gibson. So at the line is Whitaker. Whitaker, a 76% free throw shooter for the season, and a smooth stroke here. He's 3 out of 3 so far tonight. And I said 66% free throw shooter. Second shot is going to be up from Whitaker, and good. 11 points in the game now for Whitaker. Chris Whitaker, who was nominated for the McDonald's All-American High School basketball game. Carlisle 8 out of 14 so far. Make that Harrisburg 8 out of 14 so far from the free throw line. Another three. Another rebound. Parsons. With Houston out of there, Parsons is just roaming.
Well, Carlisle's going to have to make a decision how they want to play this game. If they're going to settle for outside jump shots, not try to get in the interior, it's going to end up being a longer night for them.
Well, they haven't gotten any touches because they haven't had a post person in there like they have with Houston. So what they've gone to is just hitting the outside shot or trying to drive and kick it out, but it always ends up with the same thing. 3 out of 11 so far for the three-point line. That's not going to win you a lot of games if you're the Thundering Herd. Harrisburg going for the last shot here. 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Don't forget our Highmark halftime report coming up. We got a lot of things going on at the half. Webster to Whitaker. Whitaker trying to create a shot. Whitaker up. What a move by Whitaker! In for 2. 34-27 at the half. Harrisburg with the lead. We'll head to halftime. Get ready for our Highmark halftime report. But right now, stay tuned for a special presentation with Todd McCall and Team PA. Supernatural Showcase Boys Basketball. All here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Showcase basketball is a necessary tool for young men to play college basketball. Team PA and Team Supernatural have been instrumental in the delivery of getting players to that next level. This spring, we're excited to announce that Team PA and Team Supernatural are partnering to take high school boys showcase basketball to the next level. This partnership will be called Team PA Supernatural. And here to talk about the partnership from Team Supernatural is Coach Craig Peters, and from Team PA is Coach Gerald Jarman. Gerald, let's talk a little bit about this partnership. It's going to be great for high school level showcase basketball.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely excited about this partnership. Craig Peters, I've known him for a number of years. We've always collaborated. We've seen each other at different tournaments, and we always talk. He's bringing a level of professionalism. He attracts a lot of the best players from the area. I just think it's going to be a win-win situation for both of us. I'm combining Team PA with Team Supernatural.
And Coach Peters, how is this Team Supernatural, Team PA joining up? We want to take, showcase basketball to the next level.
Well, I think this area, first off, is hungry for something like this, for a partnership like this, with Gerald and Team PA's expertise, with some of my college connections, some of my coaching ability. We're going to take these kids to the next level. We're going to showcase them at all the high caliber events. Events like the Pit Jam Fest, AC Live in Atlantic City, and possibly the Fab 48 in Las Vegas.
So if you're a high school player out there, showcase basketball, Team PA Supernatural, tryouts March 4th at 7 o'clock. If you want information, go to advancedhoops.com.
Welcome back here at halftime. It's 34-27 here at the half, and we're ready for our Highmark halftime report. And I want to take a look a little bit at some of the highlights that we had here in the first half. But before we get to those, Charlie, wanted to talk a little bit about, it was not the first half that a lot of people expected. It was a little bit more of a grinded-out kind of half. I wanted to take a look at the highlights here very quickly. Okay. The Groff Tractor and Equipment highlights. And you take a look. Game started out with that nice 3 from Whitaker. He showed you what he could do in the first half. He got 12 points. But then on the other side was Milligan with 2 threes in the first half like that.
And that cooled off after the first couple shots of the game there.
Exactly right. So then there's nice rebound inside by Barnes. Barnes puts it back and goes to the line trying to get a 3-point play. But they were missing Houston the whole first half, and this guy went to work. Micah Parsons, who has 11 points. He averages only 7 a game. And then the quick hands of Quentin Flemister and the quick conversion the other end. But Milligan kept him in there. Milligan with 12 points in the first half. But there's Whitaker. What an array of moves this kid has. And here it was right at the end of the half with a big bucket that put them up by 7.
Nice touch.
We're going to head on down to Todd McCall, who's on the baseline right now with a very special guest again. Big Star is down there with him. Let's head on down to Todd right now.
Gary, thank you. I'm here with Mike Starling of Raw Sports TV. But what I like about it, Big Star, that is a great name for you. Hey, first of all, what is trending as you're looking at, this is the first production that Raw Sports Live and High School Sports Live has really come together, and I love the combination. What are you seeing in the trending world right now?
Well, I'm on Twitter right now, and I got a guy. It was pretty much one guy that says, I'm waiting for the countdown. Another guy says that the quality, the broadcast quality is insane. It's immaculate. One guy says the collaboration of rawsports.tv and High School Sports Live is a game changer. I'm telling you, this is going to be crazy nationwide. It's definitely it's a lot of people. One lady says log cabin lover. On Twitter says I can't wait to see my nephew Ethan Houston's family member.
Well, you know, as you're looking at that, one of the things that we see is that's important about keeping the fans closer to the game. If you can't make the game tonight, Raw Sports, that's what they do. High School Sports Live. The other thing we talked about, beards are back. I feel like I fit in more in the Raw Sports
gang.
Live TV thing.
It's hashtag beard gang. You know, people have been coming up to me saying, hey, is this a no-shave November thing? I said, no, it's a Manhood Monday thing. Embracing the manhood of the beard. We were born with beards, baby, and I'm leaving with a beard.
And you know what? So am I. And I know back to the desk here, but I know Charlie's going with that goatee. I'd like to see Gary Sutton's beard and see what that possibility looks like. Back to you guys at the bench.
You know, I wore a mustache most of my life, longer than I've not worn a mustache, but I can't grow a beard like Big Star. I mean, that guy, he's got it all going on. It's the major leagues here. And Todd, yours is coming along there a little bit. You got kind of that 1 day, 2 day shave thing off. But, hey, anyway, welcome back here to our Highmark Halftime Report. And let's take a look at our Center for Independent Living halftime stats. This has been a great game so far. A lot of turns, a lot of changeovers. It's been the battle of the zones thus far for the most part. But take a look here at the halftime stat. Of course, Harrisburg up by 7 points. 3 3-pointers for Carlisle, but they came early, Charlie. They got cold there at the end of the half. No inside touches, no inside game. On the other side, Harrisburg went to work on the inside, and take a look at it. 8 out of 14 from the three-point line, getting Parsons and Barber down there, and Houston being out of the game was a huge difference.
Yeah, and that 8 for 14 from the free throw compared to the 4 for 5 for Carlisle kind of tells you what's going on in the game. Harrisburg's trying; they're being more aggressive. They're getting the ball inside. They're getting a higher percentage shots. With Houston in the game, it's going to be interesting to see if Carlisle is going to start to go more inside out again, and they're going to have to naturally keep him out of foul trouble. But start attacking those lanes, start attacking those gaps. Look for Carlisle to try to speed the game up a little bit, maybe get out a little bit more pressure.
I think you're going to see Houston back in here to start the second half because they needed inside presence. But what they tried to do the first half, Millington mostly created lots of penetration, but then it's still, you're kicking it back outside. You've got to get some inside buckets so far if you're not going to get transition buckets like Harrisburg can do to you. Harrisburg, I thought, did a wonderful job in the first half of changing up their attack points with their defense, going full court, three-quarter court, half court,
they did.
Different zones, different looks, and it gave you just that moment of pause if you were Carlisle where you weren't quite sure what you were attacking each time down.
Smallwood wants to win. In this building, he's a winner. They don't lose often. And so by any means necessary is the philosophy around here. He's been doing it a long time. There will probably be something named after him in this school district before it's all over. 2-time state champion winner, multiple district championships, multiple Mid-Penn Conference championships. It's hard to win in this gym. It's going to be hard for Carlisle tonight. Let's see how this happens in the second half.
I'm going to tell you a great story about Kirk Smallwood. He and I were coaching against each other many years ago. He was coaching at CD East then. He's been 23 years here at Harrisburg High with 2 state championships. But I had a heart problem on the bench that night. Ended up in a hospital here in Harrisburg. And later on that night, Kirk Smallwood was there at the hospital with me for several hours, sitting there, just being a good friend. And he and I have known each other for a long time. But you talk about coach, but you also talk about a man and a guy who's developed kids. And Andre Anderson doing the same thing over there for Carlisle. But I've known Kirk for a long time, and I've seen what he does with kids. And even before, when he was assistant to Carl Rachelson here, those guys used to go out and sit on porches, talk to families, and it's really about the student athlete. And I think that's one of the things that Kirk Smallwood has really focused on all these years. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Third quarter coming your way next.
Today's professional skill tip will involve using one-handed shooting to bring balance and stability to the shot. I teach young players to balance the ball on one hand, in close, to establish a squared-up foundation when shooting. The one-hand shooting further out forces the player to stay square, reinforcing balance and lift on the shot. This one-handed emphasis will only help with leg power and the ball rolling off the one hand, developing more control and overall shot balance. The one-handed shooting is the fundamental tool I use to develop advanced shooters.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
The front is mostly masonry.
And then the masonry will meet the window frame. I think this project's really coming together.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
I really am living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
And there you see our giant student section tonight. They are over there, and they're getting ready for the second half right now. And yeah, let's get it going, guys. Their team has a 34-27 lead here heading to the third quarter, Harrisburg High. And the Cougars are ready to do a little clawing here, I think, in the third quarter. We're getting ready to start it all here. And, Charlie, your thoughts for the second half. For Carlisle, we talked about having to get the ball inside, get Houston going a little bit. He's back in the game now. For Harrisburg, things went pretty well in the first half. They'll keep on trying to attack inside with Parsons and maybe even Barber.
Yeah, Parsons had a field day without Houston in the game. The game started out with Parsons' shot being blocked. Houston leaves. No more block shots. Parsons and Barber having a field day inside.
Only 5 points off turnovers for Harrisburg so far, so Carlisle's been able to withstand that.
Diamond and one, Gavin Barnes on Chris Whitaker to start the half. Haven't seen one of those in a while, guys. Box and one,
Box
baby.
and one, here it is. So Whitaker gets it right away. They're going to go right back inside. They know Houston's got 2 fouls, and look what they do. Immediately go inside, big to big.
And I want to say, how do you attack it? You attack it just like you're attacking the 2-3 zone in the gaps. People listening at home, a gap is 2 players, a space between 2 players, and your guards hit it. Go inside. Look at the difference, right to the line.
Here's Parsons right back to the line. He had 11 points in the first half. Whitaker led all scorers with 13. Parsons made his last 3 in a row. Make it 4.
You know, I'm going to tell you, the form I'm watching right now from Micah Parsons is as good as I've seen
that ain't a 55% form, is it?
I don't want to jinx him here, but watch this rotation here, guys. In the short release, that it does not get any better than that right there on how you release a basketball.
13 points for Parsons. That's the second foul on Kai Barnes for Carlisle. And getting into the danger zone here a little bit in this type of game. 9-point lead for the Cougars. Remember, Carlisle is tied for first right now with State College in the Commonwealth. Get long look from the corner. Not going to go again. That same 3. And again, Milligan can't knock it down. Barber looks across underneath to Parsons. Right back in it goes to Barber. This time, a little quick pass stolen back by the Thundering Herd.
Carlisle seeming to be, I give them a lot of credit early in the broadcast for being in rhythm, but they're very out of rhythm right now.
Milligan missing from the 3-point line.
He's off the last 4 or 5 of those.
And I'll tell you what's happening right now is that first pass is like a pass out in the fast break. That miss, that long miss.
They are starting to transition quicker, and I think that's what Carlisle needs to do.
There's Billington down the lane. Billington up, no good, but foul. Deshaun Billington slides down the lane. You give him a first step, and he's to the basket.
Yes.
Let's go to Todd McCall on the baseline.
You said it was Millington's first step, and I agree. That is the difference in him tonight. I thought he was a little quiet first half with the penetration, and I think, you're hitting on it. I think he's got to do that more, and I'm sure the coaching staff talked to him in halftime about this. Get to the basket.
12 points in the first half. Has hit 3 of his last 4 free throws here.
Yeah, just not an aggressiveness here tonight from Carlisle. You see him just settling, not getting after it quite as much, but it's not a theme you want to have heading into playoff basketball.
Zion Patterson picked up his 3rd foul to start the quarter. So the second shot by Millington coming along. This one is up and good. Millington with 13 in the game. Back to 8 points it goes. 6:37 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching it all on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. 2-3 box and one again as they're chasing Whitaker. And what they're doing is they're rubbing off screens to the base. Look at Whitaker. Gets wide open off the screen. And then there it is again. The same story. Barber back on it. And it will stay with Harrisburg on the offensive glass. But they're running screen on the baseline for Whitaker. And he's just rubbing off screens everywhere.
Well, the problem with the diamond and one, it opens the middle up wide to the power game of Harrisburg. And that's what they didn't factor in here.
Jump ball, good defense inside by Houston against Parsons that time. So Carlisle turns away the Cougars.
And guys, I asked this question at this juncture in the game. Had Chris Whitaker been the one hurting Carlisle at this point to be in a box one? I don't think so. I think the inside game has been the difference.
How about that? Get to the basket in a hurry and score. That's exactly what Gavin Barnes did. Gavin Barnes in now for 7 points. All they're doing is screening for Whitaker everywhere, but then they're using their big still inside. Barber and Parsons, the high-low of it. Parsons just taking over and going up and really using Kai Barnes in there, who is not the same kind of size, and Kai Barnes is going to pick up his third foul.
Parsons knows how to get around. The post move is excellent.
He took an elbow to the head, a pretty sharp elbow to the head there. That's why he got up a little slow. Got him kind of on the upper part of his temple. Those hurt.
Well, you know, Todd McCall, you said it before the game. Parsons is the guy you were looking at, and he certainly has come up big here again tonight.
I've just watched the box scores late, and I just felt like here's one thing I knew from the coaching days is I had at Northern, I relied on a lot of football players to play, and they didn't get going really till the second half, gentlemen.
It's a great point. It takes you some time to get your basketball legs underneath you. And that foul was called on Houston. And that's still the third foul. Houston goes right back to the bench again as Parsons misses his first free throw in the last 6 attempts. So he gets it back on track here, Charlie. You like the stroke.
Yeah, Smallwood and Barber talking on the sideline.
Whitaker yanks this one down. And then has it taken away.
Carlisle being a little aggressive on defense.
Nice steal by Kai Barnes. They're going to the basket. Milligan passes it up this time. Here you go. Get to the basket. That's exactly what they're doing right now, and it's getting some results. It's Gavin Barnes drives it hard this time.
Smallwood not liking the ticky-tack there. They've been letting them play here today, not liking the ticky-tack.
That will be the second foul now against Barber. But you know what you're seeing here in the second half is you're seeing them start to attack the middle with their guards more since they don't really have a big man in there. Houston's back on the bench again, so attack the basket with your guards, which they did not do in the first half.
Ali Anthony getting ready to come in the game. A star of the JV game earlier. He's coming off the bench for the varsity.
9 points now for Gavin Barnes as he pulls his team back to within 5. So Carlisle comes creeping back up the mountain again. Ali Anthony is in there right now. Getting a lot of basketball tonight.
You guys, you just wonder, like a juncture of the game, if Carlisle would ever look at man-to-man. I believe some teams do not box out well in zones or boxes. Carlisle tonight is one of them. I believe if you put a body face-to-face on people, can you get a better box out? I believe you could.
It's interesting to watch Whitaker just directing traffic out there, telling them where to go. They've got a man behind the zone, and they've got Barber right there. And Barber in. They're just working that inside to death.
Well, Houston out of the game again. So it's just always at a disadvantage without the big man on the court.
And I don't know if we can see it next time. Whitaker down there really doing a great job of directing traffic. There's one from the corner that'll go, though, as all of a sudden in the groove is Gavin Barnes. He's got 7 points this quarter, 12 for the game. He's come out here firing in the second half, and Andre Anderson down on his knees right now saying, come on, team, we can do it. They're back to within 3 now.
Interesting game fact, Micah Parsons has not come off the floor yet. Hey, man, I'm going to Penn State. What am I doing out here playing basketball the whole time? Give me a break, guys.
Ali Anthony with a tough pass from behind the zone, taken away by Carlisle. Here comes Millington with the basketball.
And I'd love to see more of that. More transition Millington.
There's another look. Got to not go this time. Hits nothing.
I'm going to say this so when Clyde Barnes looks back at the video and watches the internet, you settling for the 25-foot jump shot is not the way to do it.
Look at Whitaker. Unbelievable. That might be the play of the game right there from Whitaker. He just spun and judged his way down the lane. Take a look at this again. Chris Whitaker.
That was probably arguably one of the most physical, strong plays I've seen all year. That's a Division I. No wonder nominated for McDonald's All-American with a move like that.
Watch his eyes and his shoulders the whole time. Just keeping everything square and manages to get it in there. And that'll be the third foul on Kai Barnes. So Whitaker finishes off the play, and just when Harrisburg was hemorrhaging a little bit, gets him back a 6-point lead.
Yeah, and I think it's settling for jump shots, going from aggressive to non-aggressive.
Look what they do here. Come back with a three-quarter court attack. Millington off the iron. Going back to settling for the jumper instead of the attack to the baskets. It's been working pretty well for him in this quarter.
Yeah, I think it's been a simple equation to analyze.
Allie Anthony, no, off the iron. Picked up by Flemister. Flemister in, out, back down. Quentin Flemister with a three. He's got 8 points. Harrisburg back up to a 9-point lead with 3:12 to go in the third. Flemister again. Flemister to Anthony. Anthony to back to Flemister. Up. No good. And Flemister comes back out with it. He's got Barber at the high post. Here's Whitaker. Long look. Downtown. Whitaker not going to go. But there's Parsons on the glass. Taken away by Mastrangelo. Mastrangelo doing a great job there of keeping the ball alive for Carlisle. So they ducked a big one there. Looked like an easy bucket off that steal.
At what point do you just put Houston in the game and you say, hey, you got 2 fouls, buddy. Just play hard. We need you now.
That is the second now on Parsons. So back in the 2-3 zone comes Harrisburg. 2:38 to go in the quarter. 9-point lead. This is a huge bucket. Set play. Milligan didn't really get his feet set that time. Looked like he's falling back. And then the foul. It looks like it's going to be against Barber. And it is. Damian Barber will pick up his third foul for Harrisburg. So foul problem starting to mount up. And then inside quickly. And Millington catches Harrisburg off guard with an easy 2. Millington with 15 points in the game. Back it comes to 7 points. Great job. Great job of seeing the far man sliding down. That was Parsons when he had Barber in close, and the foul against Carlisle's Nate Barnes. Todd McCall, you're down there right now. Harrisburg has just committed to that inside game pretty much exclusively.
Well, they're starting to find him, and it's taking pressure off Whitaker, and Whitaker's finding Parsons, and Parsons finishing or going to the line.
That was a wise foul by Nate Barnes because that was a sure 2 points by Michael Parsons if he wouldn't have put him on the line.
Parsons back at the line. He missed his last 2 free throws. Makes this one. 14 points now in the game for Micah Parsons. He averages 7.
There's a fan.
How about that? I'll be wearing the Cougar outfit one day. Second one is up and good. Smooth look from Parsons. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 30-second timeout here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Hey, Advanced Hoops will be hosting AAU tryouts starting this February. Tryouts will be conducted for 4th through 12th grade teams. Advanced Hoops will also be offering 3D training for those looking to add new dimensions to their game this offseason. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com or give a call to 717-657-2620. 4 out of 16 so far for the three-point line is Carlisle, and that's one of the reasons that they're down by 9 right now with 2:10 to go here. As Maybe our super fan of the night is right up there in the upper deck.
Well, there's a lot of people here, but that's a section that has a play area for this young man. And he's taking advantage of it.
That's a sit down here and watch the game, son. We're getting ready to tee it up here. We want the Cougars to win. So 7 out of 7 so far for the free throw line for Carlisle. 13 of 21 for Harrisburg. But it talks about Harrisburg getting inside early and often. Todd, they're coming back here and, again, picking up at another three-quarter court press. There's that running one-hander again by Gavin Barnes. Gavin Barnes has picked up his game here in the second half.
And I'm wondering where that is on a regular basis. Where is keep penetrating?
Gavin Barnes with 14 points. That matches his season average.
Okay, we got a pressure on the ball by Ben Milligan now, leaving the zone. They're off Whitaker now. Extended 2-3 at this point. Playing the ball kind of like in a man.
They're worried about sagging more on the inside and making Harrisburg shoot for the outside.
Like a matchup man type zone, out on the ball, tuck it in tight.
Webster doesn't make him pay for it either, and so the switch there, a nice switch for Andre Anderson.
Yeah, I like it because it gets your guys moving a little more.
Oh, not going to go. There is Millington. No, Millington back up and draws the foul. So the miss proved to be good for Deshaun Millington.
Todd, Gary, I like as a coach coming out, man on the ball, kind of like the old John Chaney zone. Match up on the ball, tuck it in tight after that. That worked that possession.
Well, it did work that possession, and it's something I was wondering second half, would you see a front backside help on Parsons? More importantly, before Barber. They might have to go to that.
2 fouls on Whitaker, 15 foul against Harrisburg. Millington finishes it off. Millington was 6 points this quarter, 18 for the game. He averages 20. 4-point lead as Carlisle fights back up the mountain again. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter.
Important for Harrisburg to end well this quarter.
Look at Whitaker. Whitaker just all over the place. Misses his shot, but then gets his own rebound and puts it right back in. He's got 18.
Nice
Stars
pass.
are out the shot, and Barnes beats the defense back down the court. Nate Barnes in for 2.
That's a great pass and transition by Deshaun Millington.
Nate Barnes with his 4th point of the night. Back to a 4-point lead, under 30 seconds to play.
The pressure on the ball out top keeps the offense starting out high is what you want. You don't want that offense to set up shop inside the three-point line or right around the three. You want to make that long pass to the wing.
Now you've got to try to get in. You're running out of time. 5 seconds to go. Anthony stuck out there. Throws the ball back out to Flemister. Flemister drives hard. Flemister puts it up. Flemister in! 2! Quentin Flemister ends the quarter with a big bucket. 50-44. We head to the fourth. The Cougars lead it on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Fans, Team Pennsylvania, and Craig Peters have teamed up to create a tremendous opportunity for high school boys basketball players to compete on the Showcase AAU circuit. Tryouts will be held on March 4th. Go to advancedhoops.com or visit them today at 7. We'll check that number later. 757. What is the number there?
657-2620.
657-2620. TPA and Supernatural tryouts on March 4th. Back here, fourth quarter we head to. Harrisburg leads at 50-44. Flemister with an acrobatic shot to end the quarter, and here's Millington on the steal. Sean Millington kicks it corner. Barnes has been hot this quarter. Third quarter, that is. Tipped around. Who wants it? Harrisburg does. Good block there by Houston, who's back in the game. Flemister gets it back. Gavin Barnes has been hot here in the second half with 9 points. He's got 14 in the game. Flemister with a move. Flemister up. Not going to go. Stolen away. Millington has it. All the way ahead to Gavin Barnes. Gavin Barnes up underneath. In for 2. Millington to Barnes. 16 points for Gavin Barnes. A 4-point lead for the Cougars.
And again, I love Millington in transition. To see him in transition more, speed this game up, makes sense for Carlisle. I hope they keep doing it.
So now Harrisburg said, let's get a breather here for a second to get this thing settled down.
Houston has 3, but I don't think Coach is taking him out anymore. I think he's going to ride him from here on out.
Tony James back in there now for the Cougars. Barber out of the game with the 3 fouls. Look at him sagging around Parsons. Todd, it looks like they're halfway double-teaming Whitaker and then sagging on Parsons, but it doesn't matter as Whitaker buries the 3.
Well, now it's pick your poison. Harrisburg's starting to play, starting to really get in momentum. Inside-outside game and win games every night.
21 points for Whitaker, and there's Gavin Barnes again going at it. Gavin Barnes is attacking the second half, and he's fired up. He's got 18.
And don't take this wrong, but Gavin Barnes can benefit from the attention on Millington, and Millington knows that, gives his teammate the ball, sag off of him, and he makes him pay going to the hoop every time.
There comes Barber right back in for Parsons, who picks up his 3rd foul. So both bigs have 3. They put Barber back in to give Parsons a break here with still 6:13 to go in the 4th quarter.
Gary, Kai Barnes back in the game. My only concern is that Kai Barnes doesn't jump in this party and get after it like the rest of Carlisle is. He can't play soft. He's got to get after it out on the court right now.
Gavin Barnes with 19 points now. He has been smoking the second half. 14 points in the second half by Gavin Barnes. He averages 14 a game. A 4-point lead now for the Cougars. Elijah Barrett back in there for the Cougars. Hard move to the basket by Whitaker. Are they going to call the foul? They're going to say it was a jump ball. Goes out of bounds. Kirk Smallwood wanted the foul. He's not going to get it, but Harrisburg retains the basketball as Flemister will trigger it underneath.
Fortunately for Houston, they didn't call that foul because that would have been his 4th. I don't think he's played a total of 4 minutes the whole game, guys.
No, he's really been saddled. He hasn't been able to get into any kind of rhythm.
He has had 3 blocks in this quarter alone. Jim Gallagher confirms my 3-block statement.
Jim Gallagher, our superior statistician here with us tonight. Another look downtown, and they are hot right now as Gavin Barnes sling it away. He's already got 8 points this quarter, and then answered on the other end by Mr. Whitaker. This is a shootout.
Now it's the actual race to who gets to 70. We talked about it earlier. Now look at the push now. Both teams.
Chris Whitaker, guys, is playing at his own pace on the court tonight. Everybody else is up and down. Chris Whitaker is steady. The game is always at the same pace for him. He dictates this game. He's an impressive player, guys. He's smooth.
Foul's going to be on Flemister. That'll be his 1st of the night. And already now 7 fouls for Harrisburg. So it'll be 1-on-1 the rest of the way. And at the line is Kai Barnes. Barnes with a good smooth stroke that time. Barnes has his 1st point of the night.
2 big factors for Carlisle, and they're still in striking distance. Kai Barnes not having a big game, and Ethan Houston in foul trouble.
Yeah. Kai Barnes had a tough night. Averages 7 a game. Just got his 1st point. He was 1 out of 2. 2-point lead for Harrisburg. Look at that move to the basket by Whitaker. He just was going hard the whole way. 7 this quarter for Whitaker. He's got 25 in the game.
Wow. He's playing at his own pace, guys.
Look at Millington. The Stars are stepping up, guys. Millington has got 20. Timeout on the floor. A 2-point lead for the Cougars. 4:50 to go. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Karen has 459 friends. but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Second half, not just from the three-point line, but also the ability to attack the basket hard and get strong layups like this, up and over the Harrisburg defense. And then you see him hit it again from downtown. Second half so far, and just in this quarter alone, he's got 8 points. There you see Kirk Smallwood talking to the Harrisburg Cougars over in the huddle. He wants to stop Carlisle. They keep calling them out and getting back in this game.
Yeah, the player that can't be stopped on the court right now is Chris Whitaker, number 3 for Harrisburg. I mean, from fadeaways in the lane, three-pointers in people's face, drive baseline, finish strong. He's doing everything the way you're supposed to do it on the basketball court to be a top-notch scorer.
And you look at Barnes and Millington right now, step it up. 22 points for Gavin Barnes, 20 for Millington, so they are really carrying the scoring. The last lead, by the way, for Carlisle was at 27-26 at 2-minute mark of the second quarter, so it's been a long time since they led this game. Here's Barber. Barber throws it away to Parsons. 2-on-1 break here. Millington to the basket. Dishes it off. Barnes won't get it. Nate Barnes had an easy layup, missed it. Take it back. Here's Whitaker. And Whitaker tried to find a way to score. Fight underneath. It's going to be off.
A white
Carlisle.
ball.
It'll be white ball. It'll belong to Harrisburg. Tom McCall, you're right there.
You know what? We talked about the teams being able to get up and down. Look at the game as it's starting to get a little bit more messy. It's starting to play in the hands of Carlisle, I think.
There's Whitaker again. Whitaker missing this time off the iron. Houston with a rebound. Carlisle with a chance to tie or take the lead right here. This would be a mammoth road win for Carlisle if they could walk out of here with this one tonight.
Important possession for Carlisle here.
Millington being jammed right there at the top of the key. Barnes, who's got the hot hand, dishes it off. Kai Barnes looks, not going to go. Look at Millington flying through and misses. Millington flew through literally and missed the follow-up.
Oh, my goodness. Stay tuned for the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. And that could have been one of them if he would have finished it.
Be part of our OSS Health post-game report. Man, we got a long way to go before that. Stars are out and shining bright here tonight at Harrisburg High School. And back to Parsons at the high post. And Harrisburg just content here for a few seconds to take a little clock. And Kurt Smallwood said, let's all get on the same page. He calls timeout. We'll take one as well. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
27. And there you have it. Chris Whitaker, he has been going crazy here. He's got 7 points here in the fourth quarter alone on plays like this, creating your shot. That little step in and pull back. Baseline going up, showing you a strong move, getting your own rebound and putting it in. And then Chris Whitaker again pulls up. Nice jumper there. Under control. Charlie said he's playing at his own rhythm in this game, and he's got 27 points so far here tonight. What a game for Chris Whitaker. Tom McCall has been in the huddles. Tom, what are they saying?
Well, gentlemen, just fundamental talk right now in the huddles throughout the night. Basically now rebounding, every possession counts. Let's finish at the other end, you heard. Right now, Carlisle would have a 2-point lead. They missed 2 bunnies on very athletic plays. But really important, come back to hunch in the big games. Hey, remember, Carlisle has the nod of Silver State College yet. So this is crucial for them to get tonight.
Carlisle plays State College at State College on the 31st. And, of course, Harrisburg, their one big game they have to go on the road for is CD East. And we'll be covering that here on High School Sports Live. Up, under, in. Parsons is back in the game. Parsons now with 17 points.
Deshaun Millington inserting himself in this game. And he should. He's the senior. He's the star player for Carlisle. Let's see how this plays out at the end.
Look at the move. I mean, a great reverse pivot. We'll just give you the ball tight to his side, his elbow in. I hope we get a look at his eyes. I mean, he has got to focus. He came out at the end of this quarter and looked at the crowd and just had this focus of, like, I'm here.
Well, second half, he had to emerge in order for his team to be where they are right now. We said projected he had to have 25 tonight, and I know he's getting closer.
He's right now at 22 for the game. On the other side is other partner we talked about at the top of the show tonight, 27 points for Whitaker. Take your pick. 2-point lead again for Harrisburg. Every possession getting magnified down the stretch. We're under 3 to play.
If I'm Harrisburg, there's only a couple guys I want shooting. Whitaker, I want to go inside of the big guys.
How about Barber? Barber and Parsons fighting it out. Parsons finally gets it, puts it back up, will not go. And pulled down, and you're going to have a foul called, I think, on Harrisburg.
Guys, Ethan Houston gets a medal for that last couple possessions. This kid's playing with foul trouble. I don't know if we can see the rewind on that, but, man, he battled a couple block shots and then took it for the team on that last play.
Take a look at this.
Number 30 watching.
But if you're looking at it from my vantage point, Micah Parson got hammered.
That was Nate Barnes going up, just snatching that ball down. I mean, went up above everybody and pulled it down.
Thank God for replay. That saved. Oh, okay.
And so Nate Barnes back on the other end.
It's a foul on Barnes, but it's also a foul on Parsons. They both got it.
Barnes makes it both. 59-59. We got a basketball game here. 2:34 to play.
First tie since the first quarter.
Flemister. Good pass underneath and a dunk by Barber. There might be your play of the game. What a pass by Flemister. Barber with a 6-point. Answering on the other line. Gavin Barnes, they say no.
There's a walking call here. Coach Andre Anderson not happy because he felt like the walk was caused by a push on the defense.
That is the first turnover this half by Carlisle. Todd, that's almost unbelievable.
It's almost unbelievable with that. But you cannot underestimate a guy like Barber. What a momentum play to go up strong as he did with that and bring the Carlisle Cougar crowd, behind him.
And right back they go again to Parsons. Can't get the board this time. Coming out there against Nate Barnes, who's been tough inside there defensively. Here's Millington. Millington jumps over him. In for 2. Deshaun Millington. Nobody else on the floor can make that play.
He jumped over the defense.
24 points for Millington. Back to a tie. 1:42 to go.
It would have been a charge if he wouldn't have jumped over him.
Flemister again. Good penetration. Flemister's not going to get him. We're going to get a foul called. And it's going to be against Barber, I think. Pushing off to get to the rebound.
I love to see an instant replay here. Love to see it.
Guys, this is a point in the juncture game. Big-time players are stepping up. But calls that have gone and been allowed during the game, physical play has been allowed. Now it's a foul.
Why don't you take a look here? Pushing out. The official waited for the play to be finished. Barber called for his 4th foul. 1:35 to go. And at the line is Kai Barnes. 1 out of 2 there so far tonight. Shots up and good from Barnes. He's got 2.
Smallwood not liking that call. It's definitely, there was an elbow. I think the wrong guy's on the foul line now.
Kai Barnes. Second shot. Up. Good. And here's where Carlisle's going to be tough. 67% free throw shooting as a team compared to 59% for Harrisburg. You got to get the ball in the hands of Whitaker here somewhere. Parsons up strong. Blocked! Whitaker trying to find a way to score, and does. Whitaker again out of nowhere. 29 points for Chris Whitaker. He ties it back up. 1:10 to play. Last one out of the gym. Turn out the lights tonight. 63-63. We're at the 1-minute mark of this game. 4 quarters might not be enough.
I don't know if I like this last shot idea with over a minute on the clock. Under a minute now.
Harrisburg matching up now a little bit from the guard spot of that 2-3. Now everybody's starting to move out and match their man. Harrisburg trick it out there a little bit. Watch yourself. And Andre Anderson didn't like it either. He'll call timeout. We'll keep it right here. 41.5 seconds to go. Let's go to Todd McCall on the baseline right now. Todd.
I was trying to get over to Carlisle. I'm sorry, Gary. I was trying to get over to the Carlisle huddle. I think that was a great timeout. Because right now you're going to probably look at a set against this zone if you're Andre Anderson. On the Cougar side, you got to be careful not to foul right now. Just get a good defensive stop if you can, gentlemen.
Charlie, you look at this situation here. Cougars were at a 2-3. I suspect they're going to come out either some kind of trapping defense or maybe man-to-man. What do you think?
Yeah, and I actually recommend Carlisle do the opposite right now. They get the ball in, they spread it out, get the ball in the hands of a star player like Millington, give them the freedom to attack the rim right now, score early, put the pressure on Harrisburg, and if you don't score, now it's still a tie. You have a chance to play smart on the other end. I would not put it in the hands of a steal for a layup at the end. Not a good idea when you have a team like this.
Let Barnes and Millington handle it right now if you're Carlisle. On the other side of your Harrisburg, maybe try to create a turnover, but don't foul. 41.5 seconds to go, an eternity in this one.
Guys, look to see if they try to use a pin and pin inside on the back side of the zone and run somebody off the baseline.
Well, they got Millington matched up against Rynell Gann, who's in there right now. Gann's got some fouls again, but he's quick. Millington coming off the screen by Nate Barnes.
They're going to go for the last shot, it looks like.
They got Nate Barnes at the high post. He's going to swing it far side.
They're front guarding Deshaun Millington.
Gavin Barnes being guarded by Flemister. Now you got Millington. They definitely want to get it in his hands.
You got to go at 8.
12 seconds to go.
Inside
12
10.
seconds to go. Now under 10. Here goes Millington. Millington hard to the glass. Millington's going to miss it. It's going to be yanked down by Parsons. Harrisburg's got it. Flemister, one-on-one, pulls up, top of the key. It's not going to go. We're going to overtime right here on High School Sports Live.
There was a
we
whistle,
got a call.
guys. Hold up. There was a whistle at 4 seconds, gentlemen.
Staying right here. Whitaker saying he called. We're watching right here. They're getting it all figured out. Whitaker was saying, I called timeout in the backcourt. It looks like they're talking it over right now. We'll see. We may have some time left here for sure. You see the three officials talking it over on the side.
They've added 4 seconds right now on the clock.
No, that's 4 minutes up for the overtime.
Oh,
so we're waiting to see here for the moment. Andre Anderson saying, no, time's out. The officials, Brad Yates, Joe Spegler, and Bruce Rudy are over there talking this over. Now Kirk Smallwood wants to get some time on the clock. Todd, you're over there right now. What are they saying?
Interesting. Wow.
You saw Andre Anderson put his head down, so you know there's some time left here. It's just a matter of how much.
Well, I don't know if a replay would show us the timeout right now. I'm not sure.
They're making an announcement there about you're now going to have time left on the clock. I don't think it's 41 seconds, though, which is what they just put up.
I think they're trying to put maybe 4.1 seconds.
4.1 is exactly what they're putting up there, so it's 4.1 seconds to go. Now the question is, where will the ball be brought in? Will it be on the side at half court?
Here we go.
Now watch Whitaker on the left. The whistle was blown right there, and so Whitaker running down, and I'm not sure if Whitaker or Kirk Smallwood got the timeout call, but take a look from this angle. Yep, so a good call by the officials. They talked it over. And Harrisburg gets it on the side in front of their own bench, so they've got a lot of time here. And if you're Carlisle,
you switch everything if you're Carlisle. Yep. You match up on the ball. Sometimes you run a quick trap to make them make an extra pass, but then you make yourself vulnerable. They're not guarding the inbound. That's interesting.
So here you go. Coming back. Harrisburg with the ball. Long shot. Will it go? No! We're headed overtime as Maurice Glenn got off the last shot. I don't think that's the one that they wanted, but we're heading to overtime at 63-63. We'll take a break. We'll come back. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's professional skill tip, I will be teaching the offensive jab step, where a player catches the ball and aggressively pivots facing the basket while jabbing into a shooting position. The jab is meant to create momentum into a game speed shot to set up a player with a fake and a long step toward the basket. The jab should be quick and the second step long enough to step past the defender. This move should be practiced going right and left. Repetition will create a quicker step over time. The jab step is a key fundamental every player will learn in my classes.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. We are heading to an extra quarter overtime. 4 minutes, 63-63. Carlisle and Harrisburg. Don't forget, Carlisle is tied for first place in the Commonwealth Mid-Penn with State College going into the night at 8-2. Harrisburg at 7-3. This is a huge game, so we're going to play a 4-minute game right now. Maybe. Might be more than that. Nate Barnes controls the tap.
Deshaun Millington has a boxing one on him now. Now there's a box. Smallwood goes boxing one.
There you go. He's got Rynell Gann on him.
And I agree, he's that good. And that young man, Gann, didn't play all game. That's how Smallwood does it. He uses players, every guy on that bench, to try to win games.
Here it is, the baseline. Into Houston. Houston, a tough night. Houston finally gets a score. Ethan Houston finds a way to get it done. That's only his 4th point of the night, but a big one.
They would not be here if it wasn't for Houston. All the block shots and the altered shots to get him to overtime.
Charlie, I agree. He's an X factor right now. We talked about those other guys stepping up. He's a guy often not talked about.
Parsons, back inside, shoves out of the way, goes up strong. Parsons up and good. And he's going to go to the line to try to make a 3-point play and get Harrisburg the lead.
That's a good call by the officials.
If you want to play, because guys talk about being Division I athletes, right, all the time. A Division I athlete is what you're seeing at the foul line. Physical specimen, hard worker in the weight room. That's the difference.
Parsons, 21 points, can't make it 22, though. That's the 4th foul, by the way, on Houston. Keep that one in mind, still with 3:06 to go in the overtime.
If you just tuned in, Micah Parsons has done well from the foul line tonight for Harrisburg. Just missed that one.
He's been 6 out of 10 for the evening. Gavin Barnes dushes it underneath to Millington. Millington in for 2. Great pass by Barnes. Millington with 26 points. Carlisle with a 2-point lead, 2:40 to play in overtime.
Look for Whitaker to assert himself here.
Barber to Parsons underneath. Parsons, good head and shoulder fake, up and in. Good high-low again from Barber to Parsons.
Well, Houston didn't want to foul out there.
They're overloading the side. They're actually working it to perfection against the zone.
Gavin Barnes somehow finds a way to score it. Barnes, Millington, putting on a show for Carlisle. They've got a 2-point lead and a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. This is High School Sports Live TV. It's overtime on ABC 27.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Well, there you see the Harrisburg High cheerleaders. They have been doing a great job here all night. They are a lot of fun to watch.
And I say it all the time. You know, I got to pick up on the crowd, the cheerleaders. I've always liked the Steel High Roller cheerleaders. The Harrisburg Cougar cheerleaders are a step above any cheerleading squad. I'm telling you, those young ladies work harder, Charlie. I get to do a little bit more advanced hoops than just basketball. You know what I mean?
Well,
and I know the cheerleading squads now.
Well, Todd, that's saying something for you because you got to go back to Susquehanna and face some students there that are on the cheerleading squad at Susquehanna.
That's right.
But let's talk basketball for a second here, and I'll tell you, what a game here, guys.
Oh, we got a great game in that. Barnes and Millington combination has been lethal for Carlisle. Don't forget we have our OSS Health post-game report coming up. We'll have our Hoffman Ford player of the game, our Capital Region Insurance play of the game. 13 out of 22 from the foul line tonight for Harrisburg. 15 of 19 for Carlisle. There's Whitaker. Great head and shoulders. Whitaker throws it up. Not going to go. Take it down. Inside for Harrisburg. Blocked again by Houston. Houston coming up big defensively. Whitaker's got it one more time. Trying to get up over Houston. Houston holds his spot. He may have picked up his 5th foul.
That's a jump ball. That's right. Yeah, that's a jump ball.
Whitaker kept attacking Houston, and Houston picks up his 5th foul, and he'll leave the game. He has been huge here defensively.
I think the foul wasn't on Houston. I think it might have been on another player. Let's watch this.
Wow. That's a big, big foul. 8 block shots by Carlisle in this one. Here's Whitaker.
Oh. Man, I don't know.
Whitaker misses it. One of the few things he has missed all night.
Well, the foul shooting gods agreed with Houston on that play and got a break. Carlisle, let's see what Whitaker can do to try to knot it to 1 here.
Looking for point number 30 on this shot. Whitaker's up. 30 points. Whitaker has been nothing short of spectacular tonight.
I'm impressed with Whitaker's floor game, not just the scoring part.
Oh, what a pass inside by Barnes. Not going to go. Stolen back. And then blocked. Man, the crowd was coming out of the stands on that one. As Kai Barnes went hard to the basket. Foul will be marked up on Elijah Barrett. Take a look at this. Here's Barnes. And Barrett, not a lot of contact. He had it up top. So Barnes goes back to the line. 3 out of 4 there tonight. Barnes up. Barnes good. He's got 4 points in the game, all for the free throw stripe. 70-68. First team to 70, Tom McCall said, wins the game. Second one is up. That one's not going to go from Barnes. Yanked down by Flemister. Foul in the backcourt by Nate Barnes.
You know, that was a frustration foul, unnecessary in the part of the game. They're going to need him in there right now. If not, they're going to lose every hope of rebounding. Well, that's 1-1.
And I'm not saying the referees get into makeup calls, but that was a touchy type thing, and maybe a makeup call for that drive to the basket. I don't know.
Right, maybe.
But
here's Flemister at the line, trying to tie this one up.
Smallwood smart. He doesn't have any of his players in. He doesn't want any bumps, any fouls on rebounds. He knows with Parsons and those guys in the game, there could be a foul.
Flemister with 11 points in the game, looking for a dozen here. Barrett will come in there and fill the other rebounding spot. Flemister to tie it up with 1:45 to play.
Big foul shot.
He makes it. Neither one touched the iron. 12 points for Flemister. He's played an outstanding game tonight, defensively and offensively. 70-70. 1:40 to go. Double team Gavin Barnes there. Now they got Millington. Double teaming Millington and Barnes every time they touch it. Gavin Barnes up hard to the glass. Not going to go. Yanked down by Parsons. Harrisburg's got it with 1:27. Bad pass. Not the pass. As soon as Flemister let that go, he knew he didn't want to. Kirk Smallwood looks out there and says, that's not the one.
It is 9:17 on Tuesday night. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. We're still playing basketball at 9:17.
Boy, this is going to be playing at 9:17 tomorrow morning. Gavin Barnes dumps it underneath. Mastrangelo can't get it. Can't get it. Oh, and man, coming down hard on the ground is Quentin Flemister. Hope he's okay, and he does get up. I've said Mastrangelo. I said his name incorrectly there. Mastrangelo couldn't put it away there. And wow! Gavin Barnes just went over to him and said, just take care of the glass. Look at this.
That's a play of the game, guys, because I'll tell you what, it could be these foul shots that win the game for them. That there is my vote if Harrisburg goes on to win for the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game.
Here's Flemister back at the line. He's got a dozen. He made his last 2. He's 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. Make it 13. Harrisburg by 1. 1:12 to play. There's Kirk Smallwood. Flemister misses this one.
Carlisle needs something right here. They need to go to something.
Let's see what that's going to be. And that something has been Millington. Millington and Barnes. Here's Millington. Look at the move under the basket to get great change of pace. Half turn around and then brings it back. Carlisle
Charlie,
back
when
to the
you
lead.
have that, that's what you go to.
It's called Millington.
Underneath it goes. Parsons up. Parsons in for 2. The answer by Harrisburg. Parsons with 6 in the overtime. He's got 25. And a timeout by Andre Anderson, and Carlisle will keep it right here. Todd, Charlie, It's a 1-point game, 37 seconds to play. What do you say if you're Andre Anderson?
Well, if you're wondering why Andre Anderson calls a timeout while Gavin Barnes is driving the basket, it's because the player that he wants to have the ball at the end is Deshaun Millington, this guy right here.
Look at the half
and
move.
He wants to set up a play to make sure that happens.
Had a half reverse pivot move there, and then he made the move to the basket. But then Harrisburg answered the way they've been answering all night with Parsons inside. Good high-low pass. And Parsons, that bucket puts him in the lead. Parsons, by the way, in the game now with 25 points. Millington's got 28. You look at Whitaker. We forgot about him the last few minutes. He's got 30. Gavin Barnes with 24. Todd, stars are shining everywhere in this floor.
And you knew this was going to happen. I mean, this is the game that we projected to see. We're now seeing it probably from the emergence of the fourth quarter. The game got a little sloppy. Guys got up. And Charlie, we were kind of calling for this. We thought this was the expectation of the game. And look where the teams went, right back to it.
And no player for Carlisle gets the basketball right now other than Deshaun Millington.
I agree.
From my view.
I agree.
They're gonna do whatever they have to give him the last shot. I would be surprised if it was anybody else.
9 lead changes, 7 ties in this one tonight. It's been everything we expected it to be and more. Everybody anticipating these last 37.2 seconds. Even the little fan right there we just saw. So let's see where it goes. Harrisburg's been double teaming Millington and Barnes everywhere they go. Ball thrown into Millington. Here goes Millington. Jumping up and over. Millington will get it, but he'll go to the line for 2 as he drives to the basket.
Well, when you go to the basket like that, you have that ability to jump over players. You're going to get the foul. Let's see if he can capitalize here.
Millington at the line. Has only missed one time there tonight so far, and he makes this one. Millington with 29 points.
This is a nice young man. I've had the privilege to, like I said, spend a lot of time in the car over there, picking and dropping him off in practice, and this kid is such a great class act young man.
31 points for Millington. Make that 30 points for Millington, rather. 1 point lead for Carlisle, and now it's Harrisburg's turn to answer.
Yeah, with Parsons on the court and the Whitaker, for Carlisle, I don't like just a 1 point lead at this point.
Well, you get the ball in the hands of Whitaker here, don't you? And now you'll see a timeout as the chess match continues. As Kirk Smallwood does it, we'll keep it right here. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Todd McCall. Now you go over, you just switch it. Chess games now goes to Kirk Smallwood.
And here's where Kurt Smallwood, I believe, is going into the basket to find something. I believe he's going to look at, if he sees anything that looks like a zone, he's going to overload and get it to Parson. I believe right now he is your go-to guy in this situation. Inside, outside, look for maybe Whitaker, too.
Well, and I don't disagree. I do think the latter part of what you said makes a little more sense because Whitaker, if he gets double teamed, can go to Parsons.
Right.
I think it starts with Whitaker. They clear out, and I think that then we go to Parsons as a secondary option.
Sometime later tonight, we're going to have our OSS Health post-game report. We'll feature the Capital Region Insurance Agency's play of the game or Hoffman Ford player of the game. Man, pick one out tonight here. We've got 4 or 5 guys that could qualify for this. So we've got a lot to do yet here tonight before we get to that point. And who knows, we may be going another overtime period. But we're on the odd numbers right now, Todd. 74-73. Carlisle leads it. 31.2 seconds left. Harrisburg has the basketball. Let's see what Kirk Smallwood has decided to go to. Tony James will inbound the ball to Flemister. You got to think that they're not going to let Whitaker get an easy shot here.
Well, they're going to keep in that 2-3 zone. Look for the overload here.
Whitaker was open underneath there for a moment.
Now you got an overload on that side.
Whitaker pulls it back out to Flemister. Flemister back to Whitaker. 14 seconds to go. You got to start to make the move. Double team by Carlisle. Tough shot, Whitaker. Not going to go. Yanked down by Parsons. Parsons puts it back up and in. Parsons for 2. Quickly, Carlisle. Gavin Barnes up. Gavin Barnes not going to go. Harrisburg wins it by 1.
Wow. Harrisburg earned that. Carlisle earned respect tonight. And Harrisburg earned a win tonight. What a great game on High School Sports Live. Stick around with us.
One of the best we've done. OSS Health post-game report just ahead. We'll recap it all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
I got to run to the restroom, guys.
Today's professional skill tip will involve using one-handed shooting to bring balance and stability to the shot. I teach young players to balance the ball in one hand, in close, to establish a squared-up foundation when shooting. The one-hand shooting further out forces the player to stay square, reinforcing balance and lift on the shot. This one-handed emphasis will only help with leg power, and the ball rolling off the one hand developing more control and overall shot balance. The one-handed shooting is the fundamental tool I use to develop advanced shooters.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
When it comes to a great education, family is everything. At Commonwealth Charter Academy, serving families is our most important job. CCA is a public cyber charter school with year-round open enrollment and no waiting list. CCA brings families and teachers together to meet the unique needs of every child. Students take virtual classes at home, led by Pennsylvania certified teachers. Family members work closely with teachers serving as learning coaches. Learn how CCA can serve your family at ccaeducate.me.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Archie Smith, our speed and agility expert.
The block jumping drill is meant to develop the fast twitch jumping muscles in a young player's legs. This drill forces a player to jump constantly and should be fast-paced while clearing the block every time. Players will develop explosive jumping skills doing this, and it trains a player's body to jump quicker and have the endurance needed to jump in game situations.
The block jumping drill is one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
The front is mostly masonry.
And then the masonry will meet the window frame.
I think this project's really coming together.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
I really am living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
Welcome back to our OSS Health post-game report, and what a game it was tonight, a 1-point win for Harrisburg. And let's take a look at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. It was this one. And you saw a bang-bang move, a chance to go in the lead there for Carlisle, and then down went Flemister.
The smallest guy on the court gets that play.
Flemister went down, made his free throws. He had 13 points tonight. You know, you could look out there tonight, and this is one of those games that no one lost. This was a game that someone actually went out and won the game. And we say that because Chris Whitaker tonight, 30 points. You also had Micah Parsons with 27 points. He averages 7 a game. You look on the other side, you got Gavin Barnes with 24 points. You got Millington with 30 points. It was just an amazing game to watch tonight because stars were coming up all night long at different spots, Charlie, and it just was a fabulous, fabulous game to watch. And wouldn't have had it end any other way. Parsons going far beyond his 7-point average tonight with 27 points. Great game.
There were a lot of win-wins tonight.
Yeah.
Carlisle, I think, could take a lot from this to come in an atmosphere like this, to be down, to come back on this big stage, a game that they could have possibly should have won. But Harrisburg, we talked about in the pregame, they find a way to manufacture points and manufacture wins here. Smallwood does whatever it takes, and the team is willing to sacrifice for that. He has players that are willing to do that with him. Any player can step up on any given time and have that big game.
One of the guys I felt bad about all night, though, was Ethan Houston. It would have been nice to see him in the whole way, and he was saddled with foul trouble all night. And Harrisburg, to their credit, took advantage of that by going early and often to Barber and Parsons inside. Barber with some great passes to Parsons. Parsons scoring the last 2 buckets to win this one tonight. One of the reasons that he's our Hoffman Ford co-player of the game. And you can't leave Chris Whitaker out of this tonight. What an unbelievable night he had with 30 points. Parsons with 27. And look at this. There's the high-low. We saw it a lot tonight. Parsons just put it away. Also doing a great job defensively. Head and shoulder fake, getting up through contact. And then this guy, Mr. Whitaker. Look at that move. Maybe the move of the night.
Wow.
Here he is again. Had a box him one on part of the night. It didn't matter. Following his own shot in. These two guys were Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside all night long. And there you see Parsons one more time. getting in, putting in the winning bucket eventually, has it blocked. Whitaker chases it down, comes right back at it. And Whitaker with an unbelievable turning shot going through the lane. And then there you see Parsons again getting up there on the glass, up through it, puts it in. And that was where Houston fouled out of the game. And then again it was Parsons underneath and finishing it off for a big, big win here tonight for the Harrisburg Cougars. They now go to 13-4. They'll be 8-3 in the Commonwealth. Tie now with Carlisle. We don't know what State College did yet tonight. Carlisle will go to 11-6, and they are 8-3 in the Commonwealth. And speaking of Carlisle, High School Sports Live will be covering the Carlisle Thundering Herd again coming up Friday night in another huge game as they host the CD East Panthers, who were 6-4 going into tonight.
I think it's important to note that rawsportstv.com, Mike Starling, great job tonight. All the viewers for Raw Sports. That game will also be brought live via internet on Raw Sports TV as well. So we just thank those fans that have tuned in tonight. Well, the audience just keeps growing here at High School Sports Live. Man, not only, Gary, do we have that game on Friday where East goes into Carlisle, but then we have East and Harrisburg going back at it next Tuesday. Then we've added Trinity, Milton Hershey going to Trinity February 3rd.
Which was a game much like this one tonight the last time they played.
Overtime. There's some amazing thrillers here on High School Sports Live. And then the Mid-Penn Championships, February 16th. Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be awesome. Mid-Penn Committee does a great job. Randy Umberger and those guys putting that together. Greg Goldthorpe, Mike Craig, all those guys on the committee do a great job finding great venues for the Mid-Penn Championships, boys, girls.
Well, lots of people to thank here tonight. Ryan Schipper, who does a great job for us promotions-wise, and also Carolyn Fortney. If we didn't mention her, Charlie would be in trouble. That's his sister. She did a great job tonight. Get a lot of our pictures out there. Archie Smith Jr., Todd McCall, and Charlie Fortney, as always. Of course, having Mike Starling, big star out here tonight with rawsports.tv.com. Wonderful this evening. I want to thank Garth Smallwood as well, and all the people here at Harrisburg have made us feel so welcome tonight. An outstanding game here tonight, 73-72, won by Harrisburg High on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
And let's not forget a couple of these little guys behind us, little Advanced Soups crew standing behind us tonight.
75-74 your final. Harrisburg wins it.
Real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, you know, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.
I hear the wind blow, thought it's your voice I heard. I feel the raindrops are falling, I see the tears you shed. My mind is constantly...
My name's Joel Delgado. I've been here for about 2 years already. This program has really helped me through a lot. Home, out of streets, basketball. Taught me how to be a better player, a better person. Helped me be a better man at home. I help my parents around the house now. Less disrespect at home. Working, helping my mother pay bills. This program just built me to be a better person and a better man.
The director, he came to me asking that I want to come and join this program, and I seen him at the Boys and Girls Club because I work there, and he told me about the program and what it's worth. It's a great combination. Like, I like learning about new stuff, and basketball is the thing I do on the side, but it helps me on just communicating with each other, because really I love doing both things, learning, playing, but I just want to become a great player and just have a great future. And it's a long way to go, and I just got to stick with there might be bad sides, bad places, and good places. I'm trying to take the good path.
Met Gerald Jarman a few years ago, and he got to talking to me about three-star program, asked me if I wanted to get involved, and was very excited about the opportunity to work with young men here in Harrisburg and hopefully make a difference, make a positive difference in their lives.
I met Coach Jarman, and he asked me to be a part of the three-star program, so we looked at that, and of course you always try to clear your schedule for good things, and got involved, and it's just a great opportunity for anyone to impact lives. It's interesting, when I first heard about the program from the boys, they were talking about the mentoring, they were talking about just being together with friends, they were talking about so many great things that they liked about the program. And it actually took a while before they said, oh, and by the way, we play basketball.
I tell you, it's great. You see the young men come in as we begin the mentoring sessions. It's great to see just their development. It's great to be able to develop great relationships with these young men and just see them grow and prosper.
A lot of things in the streets just to help y'all out.
Can you tell them about it?
I got a lot of people that are here. I got into it, so I hope they learn something from here the same way I did last year.
You see any changes in them?
So far, yeah, a lot. Lots getting jobs, stopping a lot of things, becoming better people in here, better friends. It's helping a lot.
Yeah, I'll be here next year.
He got accepted to Duquesne and Bloomsburg on a full academic scholarship.
We're here tonight at Roland School, Harrisburg School District. This is the high school program. This is our 7th year. This is the one that's really established. This is the program. This is kind of like the mother of them all. 65 guys from the Harrisburg School District, teenagers, guys, want to come out and play basketball and learn about life. Good thing is, I don't know too many places in the city where you can go and get this many guys in one location, one place, from different areas in the city, uptown, from the Hill, from out the south, all in one melting pot. Probably in another setting, in another environment, these guys will be at each other. It could be some friction, so that's one of the things we're thankful for. God has given us the grace to be able to do what we do. We're excited to be here. We have a great program. You're going to hear more things in the future, great positive things about the young men in the city. I believe that with all my heart, with all my soul. I believe that you're going to hear some positive things. There's a lot of negative things out on the media, and rightfully so. There's a lot of negative things happening in the city. But this is proof tonight, what you've heard and what you've seen, that there is some good that's happening. We want to highlight that. It's a breath of fresh air to see and hear some of the testimonies, some of the positive reports we're getting, and you've seen it for yourself. So the best is yet to come, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.